Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel Writing Practices. In today's video, we are going to learn how to write a Singapore visit visa invitation letter step by step. If you are inviting a family member, friend or relative to visit Singapore, this letter is one of the key supporting documents for their visa application. It helps the Immigration and Checkpoints Authority understand who is inviting the visitor, why they are coming, how long they will stay, and who will be responsible for the visit. This letter needs to be formal, clear, and complete. Every part has a purpose because Singapore immigration officers review these details to assess whether the visit is genuine and properly supported. Now let's go through the letter step by step so you understand exactly what to write, why it matters, and how to structure it correctly. Inviter's personal information. The first part of the letter is your personal information as the inviter. This section is very important because it establishes your identity as the host. Immigration authorities need to confirm who is inviting the applicant and verify that the inviter is legally residing in Singapore. For example, Daniel Tan Wei Ming, S1234567A, 25 Tampine Street 81, number 10-214, Singapore 520025. +65912345567. danieltan@email.com. Date: Singapore follows the day-month-year format in formal official letters. Example: May 15, 2026. It shows exactly when the invitation letter was issued. Immigration officers use the date to determine whether the letter is recent and relevant to the current visa application. A current date shows that the invitation is valid and prepared specifically for the ongoing application process. Immigration Authority details. This section identifies the authority reviewing the visa application. Example: Immigration and Checkpoints Authority, Visitor Services Centre, Singapore. It formally directs your request to the correct government department. Addressing the correct authority shows professionalism and confirms that the letter is intended for official immigration processing. Subject line. The subject line immediately tells the immigration officer what the letter is about. Example: Subject: Letter of Invitation for Singapore. Visit visa application for Emily Johnson. It should clearly mention that this is a visa invitation letter and include the visitor's full name. This helps immigration officers quickly identify the purpose of the document during review. A precise subject line makes the letter easier to process and avoids confusion. Salutation. Now write the formal greeting. Example: Dear Sir/Madam, this is the standard professional salutation when you do not know the name of the officer reviewing the application. It is respectful, formal, and widely accepted for official immigration correspondence. Opening paragraph. Now begin the body of the letter by introducing the invitation. Immediately identify the visitor and the reason for the letter. You need to include the visitor's full name, passport number, purpose of visit. Example: I am writing this letter to invite Emily Johnson, holder of passport number X123456788, to visit me in Singapore for tourism purposes. This is important because it connects the invitation directly to the visa applicant. For immigration officers, this creates a clear official record of who is being invited. Introducing yourself as the inviter. Next, explain who you are. Here, clearly state your full name, your legal immigration status in Singapore, your residential address. You should choose the status that applies to you: Singapore citizen, Singapore permanent resident, employment pass holder. Example: My name is Daniel Tan Wei Ming, and I am a Singapore citizen currently residing at 25 Tampine Street, 81, number 10-214, Singapore 520025. This section matters because immigration officers need to verify that the inviter is legally permitted to host someone in Singapore. This confirms your legitimacy as the host. Visitor relationship and travel dates. Now specify your relationship with the visitor and the travel period. This paragraph should include visitor's name, relationship to you, arrival date, departure date, total length of stay. Example: I would like to invite Emily Johnson, who is my cousin, to visit Singapore from June 10, 2026 to June 20, 2026 for a total stay of 10 days. This is one of the most important sections because it provides the exact travel timeline. Immigration officers assess whether the visit duration is reasonable and consistent with the stated purpose. For example, a short holiday stay for tourism appears realistic. This section also helps demonstrate that the visit is temporary. Purpose of visit. Next, explain why the visitor is coming. Be specific and honest here. Common acceptable reasons include tourism and sightseeing. Family visit. Attending a family gathering, celebrating a birthday or special occasion. Social visit. Example, the purpose of this visit is to spend family time together and visit major tourist attractions in Singapore. This explanation is important because immigration officers need to understand the visitor's intentions. A clear purpose reduces uncertainty and supports the legitimacy of the application. Avoid vague wording. Instead of writing, "For personal reasons," write something concrete like, "To spend 1 week visiting family and touring Marina Bay Sands, Gardens by the Bay, and Sentosa Island." Specific details make the invitation more credible. Accommodation details. Now state where the visitor will stay. Example, during the visit, the applicant will stay at 25 Tampine Street 81, number 10-214, Singapore 520025. Accommodation details are essential because immigration authorities need to know where the visitor will reside during the stay. This helps confirm that the visitor has proper arrangements. If the visitor is staying with you, write your address. If they are staying at a hotel, include the hotel name and address. Clear accommodation arrangements strengthen the application. Financial support section. This is one of the most critical parts of the letter. You must choose only one financial arrangement option. Option 1, fully sponsored by inviter. I will bear full responsibility for all expenses related to this visit, including accommodation, meals, local transportation, and any other incidental costs during the applicant's stay in Singapore. Choose this if you are paying for everything. This is important because it assures immigration officers that the visitor will have sufficient financial support. If using this option, supporting documents like your bank statements or proof of income may be required. Option 2, self-funded by visitor. The applicant will bear all personal expenses for this trip, including airfare, accommodation, meals, transportation, and other travel-related costs. Choose this if the visitor is paying independently. This tells immigration officers that the visitor has sufficient financial means. The visitor will usually need to provide their own financial evidence. Option 3, shared financial responsibility. The applicant will bear airfare and personal expenses, while I will provide accommodation and local support during the stay in Singapore. Choose this if costs are divided. This option is useful when both parties are contributing. The financial section is extremely important because immigration authorities assess whether the visitor can realistically support the trip. Incomplete financial information can weaken the application. Immigration compliance statement. Next, include assurance of compliance. Example, I confirm that the applicant will comply with all immigration laws and regulations of Singapore and will depart Singapore before the expiry of the authorized stay. This statement shows that both the inviter and applicant understand Singapore's immigration rules. It reassures immigration officers that the visit is temporary. This is important because visa officers assess the likelihood that the visitor will leave Singapore on time. Request for visa consideration. This is your direct official request. It politely asks immigration officers to review the application positively. Example, I respectfully request that the visa application of Emily Johnson be favorably considered. This sentence keeps the letter formal and respectful. Contact availability. Next, offer to provide further clarification. Example, please feel free to contact me should further clarification or supporting documents be required. This shows your willingness to cooperate. It signals that your invitation is genuine and verifiable. Immigration officers appreciate when inviters make themselves available for follow-up if necessary. Closing appreciation. Now thank the officer. Example, thank you for your kind consideration. This is a formal courtesy that closes the request respectfully. Professional tone matters in official correspondence. Closing and signature. Finish the letter with, yours faithfully, signature if printed. Inviter's full name. Yours faithfully is the correct formal closing because the letter is addressed to Dear Sir/Madam. If submitting a printed copy, include your handwritten signature. This final section formally authenticates the document. Before submitting the invitation letter, check that every detail matches the supporting documents. Make sure names match passports exactly, travel dates are accurate, addresses are complete, financial arrangements are clearly selected. No conflicting information appears anywhere. That's all for today's video. I hope this tutorial helps you write your Singapore visit visa invitation letter correctly and professionally. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below and subscribe to Writing Practices for more professional letter writing tutorials. Thank you for watching.